hard to capture. Extravagant, resurrect the track and it's militant. And I react like a convict and start killing. It's manifesting. The gods work like appliances, dealing in my psyche.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? So I want to make a bit of a follow-up to Boruto episode 135 and talk to you guys about whether or not Boruto Uzumaki got a second karma seal after killing Urashiki. This is a question that I saw a lot in the comment section, and I'll be honest with you, when I watched the episode, I had a feeling. I said, okay, I know someone's going to be asking this, and even when the arc first started, because I saw where it looked like they're trying to take this, I said, okay, they clearly have to seal Urashiki away, because if they have Boruto kill him, it could introduce a potential plot hole depending on how they kind of write things, and I call things down the middle. So I just want to kind of talk to you guys about whether or not Boruto got a second karma seal or whether or not Naruto got one. Is the timeline screwed up? And real quick before we get into the video, I want to say that over on the official Naruto Explained Teespring, I have a 25% off sale on the merchandise. All merchandise on the Teespring is 25% off. I've got some new designs up there and more continuations of Uchiha State of Mind, so check all those out. And if you like something, it'd be a great way to support the channel. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get back into the video. I don't think the timeline is completely screwed up, so I don't think that that's what's happened. The other thing is I don't think that Boruto or Naruto got a karma seal, and I think that some of this comes from a misconception that a lot of fans have, and also another thing that a lot of fans have seemingly forgotten, which is the fact that yes, you have to kill an Asusuki in order to get the karma seal. That's definitely a requirement, but the other requirement that you have to meet is the Asusuki clan member has to choose to give you the karma seal. If you go back to it, after Boruto killed Momoshiki, they had that moment where they existed inside of their own time space, and in that moment Momoshiki said that he was cursing Boruto, stating that his life would never be the same after killing a god. Now, the reason why I think that this is very important is there's a two-step process to this. So when Urashiki was defeated, we didn't see anything like that happen. We just saw Urashiki get blown away into the atmosphere. Whether or not that actually took him into outer space like it did with the father-son Rasengan that happened in the Boruto movie, or whether or not he was just killed and his body just dropped down somewhere, that's not something that we absolutely know. But I think that there's a few things that this episode did that we have to kind of take note of. So the very first thing is when you look at Urashiki's transformation, it's not the same as the one that Momoshiki went through. So if you look at the karma seal, now this part is headcanon right here. So if you look at the karma seal that Boruto got, he got it after he killed off Fused Momoshiki, who had absorbed the chakra of one of his subordinates, and Kinshiki had absorbed the chakra of one of his subordinates as well. If you go back to the anime episode and if you go back to the Boruto movie version, Kinshiki flat out states that he ate the chakra of one of his mentors, and now it was his duty to do it to Momoshiki. So when you take all that into consideration, I could kind of see why that might be the reason why Boruto doesn't have a karma seal, because the same requirements on that end weren't met. This wasn't a fused Asusuki clan member. The other thing you have to look at is Urashiki ate his own Rinnegan. So again, that might be why that appearance might not be as powerful. That also might explain why you didn't see that karma connection. But what I also think, and I've talked to other Naruto content creators about this, one that I know I can say publicly because I know Adil doesn't care, is I've talked to Anime Ball Steep, and we had a bit of back and forth about this. And one thing that I said was like, yo, I really feel as if there's tiers to the Asusuki clan, and I'm not saying like fodder and god tier, I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying like definitely there's a main branch and there's a side branch. There are scouts like Urashiki, and then there are people who go out and harvest. When you look at Kaguya was referred to as being a princess in the manga. When you look at that type of thing, it could be something where you have to be from a certain branch in order to give out the karma seal. And if Urashiki's not from that branch, if he's not an important Asusuki, then I could definitely see that being one of the reasons why Boruto does not have that karma seal. Could think about it. If that's the case, if you kill every Asusuki, if you kill any random Asusuki, that means any random ninja could get a karma seal, especially if you look at it from how I am, which is not all Asusuki have a similar power level. They all don't have a god tier level fighting ability. Some of them are probably going to be on a Jonin level. So when you take all into consideration, I could kind of see why that's not the case, because think about it. They harvest all these different chakras from all these different planets that they go to, there's probably a chance that some of Sasuke have been killed in the past. They probably gone to war with some of these planets, and so you could have multiple people with karma seals. I don't think that that's something they're doing. If you look at how Naruto's typically being written, when you look at how Kishimoto does things, when you look at how Kodachi does things, I could see them kind of regulating this to being something that only the main branch in the Sasuke clan has the ability to give out these marks. And giving further credence to this is like, if you look at it, if you look at the fact that when Urashiki was attacking Tsuneri, he flat out said that he doesn't have the authority, he doesn't have the power to kill another clan member, which is why he had to seal Tsuneri away. He couldn't do something like that. So again, it shows that he doesn't have the standing in the clan. Whereas if you look at Momoshiki, Momoshiki could rip somebody's head off without any type of thinking, because he and Kenshiki were going looking specifically for Kage to kill her. So I mean, it's something like that. I think that that is the reason why we don't have Naruto or Boruto with a karma seal. But I want to know from you guys, how do you guys feel about my theory about this? But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.